President Trump rallying for Roy Moore in Florida for the Alabama race and saying America can't afford the Republican candidate to lose the race for the Senate. Is he right?
Joining us now with full reaction is Fox News contributor and radio talk show host Tammy Bruce. Tammy, thank you so much for joining us on this issue. So I think to give us some context, all right, as to how high the stakes are on this, because these are very huge political stakes for the president and for America. Let's look at the Senate balance of power. I think we've got a graphic. We can show it up and talk about just how close those numbers look right now. Right now, we've got 52 Republican senators. We've got 46 Democrats, 2 independent U.S. senators. So certainly the president needs to retain Republican power in this seat. Tammy, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, even in the midterms, we're looking, of course, at expanding that. And we've seen the Democrats have already said that they're just going to obstruct. They're not going to help with anything just because. So when you've got a bloc like that, that's going to be operating on the personal and the political, it becomes more difficult. So it's interesting what the president's doing with Roy Moore. He's not being seen with Mr. Moore, of course, but he's being very blatant in his endorsement. It's because he doesn't want, and I think it's wise, an image to run this, the characters or the personalities to be what the factor is. He wants the issues to be the factor. So you saw that in his tweets about Roy Moore. You heard that in the soundbite you played, that this really is about, because, you know, he endorsed, of course, he was for Luther Strange in the primary. So we know where he stands. But the fact is that we're looking at, well, since he was elected, 2.2 million jobs are created, the lowest Hispanic unemployment rate in the history of the country, the most manufacturing dynamic that we've had. So we want that to continue. And the people of Alabama see this as policies more so than Roy Moore.
Tammy, what is it about this president? Because so many, almost 40 Republican senators came out when all these allegations first came out against Roy Moore and said he should step down or not run. The president was never part of that chorus, has stood by him, if quietly at first and now openly. Why does he have the instinct to say this may be a vote I need when others will abandon it quickly?
Well, the Republican Party does not have a really good track record on winning. They don't have a really good track record on moving forward their agenda. They're now faced with a president who wants to do both things. So they're not going to be changing their spots anytime quickly. So none of us are surprised. And I think most people are also not taking the Democrats seriously. This is a party who elevated as Lion of the Senate, a man who left a woman in a car to die at the bottom of a lake. So we're not taking people seriously, the miscreants, if you will, in Washington about their moral superiority. The people of Alabama, look, I'm a cosmopolitan. I'm from L.A. and New York. I'm not going to tell them who to vote for. I wasn't a big fan of Roy Moore, but I am a big fan of the revolution we're undergoing and what the president's trying to accomplish. And that, I think, is what you're going to see in Alabama. We'll see what they do. And the fact of the matter is this is part of the transition that we're in. The president seems to be making that very clear.
Well, we're happy to have a cosmopolitan here with us.
Look, I'm happy
good one.
For every state of this union. It's an important mix in Washington, and we've got to keep them honest and forward-looking when it comes to the changes this country needs.
Great point. Tammy Bruce, thank you very much for joining us this morning.